What's up, guys? I wanted to do a quick video with the release of episode Echoes today to talk to you about one of the weapons I'm most excited to farm today, and that's going to be Lost Signal, the new Area Denial special ammo grenade launcher releasing with the season. Now, you may have gotten a few of these already via engrams if you have gone to the helm and turned those in, or if you've progressed enough in the season pass, you're going to start seeing these drop from activities. And being that they are seasonal weapons, these weapons are going to be craftable. Now, what makes Lost Signal special is, like I mentioned before, it's a new frame, which is always exciting, but the Area Denial frame is a burst fire grenade launcher. Each projectile creates a lingering pool on impact that deals damage over time. So you might kind of be thinking Witherhoard, but just imagine if it was Witherhoard, but it fired a bunch of smaller, but several of those projectiles. It's pretty cool, I'm not gonna lie. The first time I saw it, I was like, I'm not so sure if this is gonna be my thing. I got a decent roll on one. I got lead from gold with a new perk that I'll talk about, Reverberation. And I started using it. And I was running through content and I just started seeing it, killing ads relatively quickly and effectively. I started kind of playing around with it more and really using it for area denial. And it got really fun. Suddenly, enemies pushing down a lane or across a bridge, they didn't matter anymore because I could just kind of lay this down and take care of something else. Shoot a shrieker, fight a boss, do something, or dump a couple at the feet of a boss and let them stand in that while I shoot them with another gun. Again, effectively the same way that Witherhoard works. It's really cool, and I am so excited to be able to craft this thing. Now, what perks do we want on this thing? Well, there are 3 in column 3 that immediately have my interest. Lead from gold being one of them. Lead from gold has been great. Picking up heavy ammo gives me special ammo, gives you incredible uptime on this grenade launcher, and might be the perk I end up going with. I am potentially interested in auto-loading holster just for the usability, tuck it away, not have to worry about it. Feeding Frenzy is a maybe sleeper pick here, but I think I would rather have lead from gold or auto-loading. Feeding Frenzy is cool because you're going to kill a lot of ads with it, but I feel like that also kind of encourages you to blow through your ammo, and if you're not getting that ammo back effectively, like you are with lead from gold, you're hurting yourself. Same thing with Stats for All. Don't get me wrong, Stats for All is a great perk, but for how I'm going to be using this launcher, I don't want to be sitting there and reloading it all the time unless that is coming at the benefit of getting more ammo and having more uptime on the weapon. I don't mind reloading it. It actually comes with a very good base reload speed of 65. Has not been an issue for me, though I am weirdly considering putting a reload masterwork on it if I don't go auto loading. But Stats for All is a good option, not the one I'm leaning towards. The other interesting perk on here is going to be Strategist, which is a new perk. Final blows grant you additional class ability energy, and activating your class ability briefly improves this weapon's stability. Now, stability on this gun, not really an issue on a grenade launcher like this. However, getting that class ability energy can be nice with some of the new synergies we have with Prismatic. For example, I'm playing on Titan, and being able to use my thruster pack and drop Drenger's Lash more frequently and suspend enemies around me seems appealing, and it's something that I'm actually considering. Between that, lead from gold, and auto-loading holster, those are my top 3 picks. If you're planning on using this more as a primary weapon, as in you want to be able to use this as often as possible, I would probably suggest either Stats for All or again, Lead from Gold. I think Stats for All does more for you than just Feeding Frenzy, so I would rather have Stats for All. You get the handling, you get the reload speed. Stability and range doesn't really matter as much, but you're going to be proccing it frequently enough, and it's not going to be requiring those kills. So if you're in content with more difficult enemies, you don't need to kill them in the first burst to get the reload buff. Stats for All is just going to give that to you. When we get to the fourth column, we have some really interesting options, and I am super torn on what I want to do. For the first time, maybe ever, I'm not really interested in Demolitionist on a weapon. Demolitionist is usually a great perk, and if it was in the third column, that would probably be a top pick for me. Being in the fourth column, though, with the type of weapon that this is, there's going to be better options, namely Wellspring. Now, Wellspring might not give you as much energy back for your grenade as Demolitionist does, but it's going to give you energy for all of your abilities. 8% split equally amongst all uncharged abilities. Considering you're going to be killing likely a lot of enemies with this weapon, that's going to lead to a ton of ability uptime. That could be huge in low-level content that you're trying to run through old raids, especially something like Vogue, where you have a lot of enemies, pushing upstairs, pushing through choke points, things like that. This could be a fun, I want to shred all the ads and have abilities for days. Wellspring's a really cool option. Unrelenting is another really cool option. Being able to heal after using this gun and getting kills with it, giving you more life, is always a huge win, especially in higher end content. Grandmasters, throw a couple of these down around you, and those smaller ads, thralls, dregs, things like that, they're running in, they're dying, and you're getting healed. It's keeping you alive better, which is always huge in that content. There's also the new perk, Reverberation. Final blows with this weapon increase the size of its detonations for a short duration. Now, this is not as easy to see. You might be able to see it in some of the footage. From what I can tell, don't quote me quite yet, but from what it looks like on my end, when the enemies do die in there, you'll see the circle of the actual shot when it impacts the ground grow in size. That is the increase in size, and then the detonations will be stronger, which means you're going to kill enemies more effectively. So this weapon gets stronger the more you use it, essentially, which is awesome. And I've had a ton of fun using this perk. But then I realized One for All is an option. And I really think that's the perk I'm going to recommend on a weapon like this. As cool as it would be to have the ability uptime, if Wellspring was in the third column, I might just make a Wellspring One for All version of this and be done. But One for All, 35% damage buff for hitting 3 enemies within 3 seconds of each other. That's going to be so easy on a frame like this that you can spread that damage around, cover a lot of ground. That's going to be huge. That's going to be a ton of damage, killing those ads so much faster. Those larger ads taking that much more damage when you drop it at their feet. For me, it kind of feels like a no-brainer to go with One for All. And my crafted version of this weapon, I am looking to maximize blast radius. Obviously velocity is going to be huge, and then either handling or reload speed. Those are my priorities, particularly reload speed, since I'm planning on going Lead for Gold One for All. That's going to be my big option. Lead from Gold, One for All, and in all likelihood a reload masterwork. Before I forget, and also worth noting, is the origin trait of these weapons, Radiolaria Transponder. Rapid final blows cause targets to explode in a pool of radiolarian fluid. That is just the icing on the cake for a weapon like this that has the perks that it does the things that it do, for lack of a better term. It's a complete package weapon. But guys, this should be the first weapon you are looking for when Episode Echo starts. It's one of the first weapons that's going to be available to you, and hopefully you don't have my RNG where I got 4 red frame swords and 0 red frame lost signals. I hate it. I hate it. Guys, thank you for watching. Enjoy Episode Echoes. Enjoy Lost Signal. If you guys are loving it, if you have one you really like and you have recommendations for people, drop them in the comments below. If you don't mind, toss this video a like. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'll catch you on the next one.